We must do everything humanly possible to stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his gang come 2027 presidential election. We must stop him from imposing himself on us for another 4 years. Election rigging is what gave rise to insecurity, impunity, corruption, and endless looting, endless stealing that we have in government today. Those that are going to rig 2027 election are already planning and putting things in place to make sure they have their way. Nigerians, we cannot fold our hands and allow this man do one more over us again. They said once beaten, twice shy. We can never allow defeat for the second time. I am expecting that those contesting, those that wants to run, should know better about what happened during 2023 presidential election. That was a learning process. We have all learned our lessons, and we should be able to resist them come 2027. They will never get tired if we don't stop them now. We should be ready to put our life on the line trying to stop them. We should be ready to die defending our vote. We should be ready to allow our vote count. This is the truth. We know we do not have judiciary. We should not be relying on the security agencies. They are his appointee. You can imagine a system that allows a contestant being the one appointing the ref. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be participating, will be contesting as the president. He is the one picking INEC chairman, and they then tell you nobody should announce result. It is whatever INEC chairman announces that is the authentic result, and the one that he will announce has been pre-written. We will not allow that this time. We will put everything possible to stop them. If we don't stop them now, it means we will never be able to stop them again for the rest of our life. You can see the senseless borrowing this man has engaged since he became the president. A man that is close to his grave is borrowing endlessly, indebting the nation and thereby enslaving generations to come. Who will pay this debt? Because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is definitely not going to be around to pay this debt. Nigerians, if we don't stop them now, it means we will never be able to stop them. Because the system that brought Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023 is the same system he's planning to use in 2027. So we have to stop him by any means possible. But if we fail to stop him, that means after his 8 years, his successor will also emerge through the same process. That is what it has been all these years. But we have to stop it now. Enough is enough. This man has judiciary in his pocket, INEC in his pocket, police and the rest security agencies are his appointee. Are we going to wait? For as long as Nigerians are not the one deciding and dictating who governs them, then you don't expect a good governance. It's never going to happen. There were never governance since Tinubu emerged the president. From the first day Tinubu emerged the president, he rigged himself into power. Since that, he has been planning for his second tenure. That is why he has never worked all along for these past 2 years plus. He has never done anything, and he's not doing anything. He's borrowing money ahead of 2027, which he will use in bribing everybody possible. He has bribed so many of the internet guru, those bloggers, you know. So many of them who once condemned him are now praising him. They are now singing his praises. Nigerians, do not hope on these people. It is only we that can help ourselves. Do not say it is only God that will come and help us. There is no God anywhere that is coming to help Nigeria. It is only Nigerians that will help themselves. Come 2027, it is either we die trying to stop Tinubu or we will succeed in stopping him. Then we will then have to be the one deciding who our president will be, who our governors will be, who our senators will be, who will represent us in all levels. The time is now. Enough is enough. We will not allow Tinubu and his gang continue to impose themselves on us and thereby taking Nigerians for granted. They don't see us as human beings. They see us as subhuman. But we have to prove to them that we are not who they thought we are by waking up from this sleep we have been and standing up to this oppression and face it head on. It is either we die for something. It is either we die trying. It is either we die for something or we die for nothing. So we have to die trying, than to just fold our hands and do nothing and still end up dying for nothing. The time is now. Enough is enough. Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his gang have to quit. This is the time for them to leave. Tinubu cannot do one more tenure. It is not going to happen. It is not possible. We should not allow it, and we will not allow it.
Guys, the funny question there is that, are we Nigerians ready to take back our country? That is the most important question. Because right now, I believe that the Yorubas don't want to vote for P2B because of a reason, because of their personal interest. Until we kill selfishness in Nigeria, until we kill tribalism in Nigeria, there is no way we are going to take back our country. Mark my words. Because the video I came across is an old video, I think, where P2B leaked a message from Tinubu's group where they are warning Yorubas, don't vote for P2B because if you vote for him, this and this will happen in Lagos. Just take a look first. I'll be with you guys in a minute.
A WhatsApp sent by Tinubu's group. No, read it out. I want you to read it out so everybody can.
Power glad led.
No.
Okay.
Just read out what he said.
Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for P2B, is automatically voting for seaport in south and southeast. Then Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest, rather they will go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba Renu.
This is your context. He don't see the value of let's have something better. He reads all the confusion. And that's it. And he will support it. I'm not sorry, I'm not using it.
No, that's okay.
He will support it.
That's okay.
Once he comes here and give him money, he says, Jagaban is the best country. Even when the money is not well. That's the problem of the country. That's the problem. Let's ask himself a question. Hey, he will tell you. Somebody said to me, these candidates, they were the people who fought about it to a standstill.
There is a movement, an organization named Obedient Movement, which is an organization in honor of Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State, and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election. The organization, called Obedient Movement, is much smaller than the supporters of Peter Obi, because every right-thinking Nigeria who desires positive change away from the retrogression of Nigeria under the All Progressives Congress will want to support the presidential aspiration of Peter Obi for a number of reasons. In the first instance, the so-called All Progressives Congress is not progressive, but rather retrogressive, perpetuating the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, started in 2009 by the presidency of Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, with Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan as his vice president. And the war perpetuated since 2009 till date, because the successive presidents, Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan, Umaru Musa Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan, Muhammadu Buhari, and now Bola Ahmed Tinubu have continued to perpetuate the war, notwithstanding the costs in human lives and economic resources of Nigeria. So that is a major reason for economic degradation and insecurities, to which the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari, on the platform of the so-called All Progressives Congress, added S-men terrorism. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, also of the so-called All Progressives Congress, has been perpetuating both the war and the S-men terrorism, to which he has added the declaration and the fact all subsidies are gone, starting with fuel subsidy on the very day he became Nigeria's president, and not long after declaring all subsidies gone. And life has become more miserable than ever before for Nigerians. And the promise in 2023 was that with time, in about 6 months' time, fuel price will begin to subside. But rather than subsiding, it has been escalating. When the All Progressives Congress, so-called, came to power in 2015, the transport by bus from Tanke to University of Ilorin was 20 naira. 20 naira. As I speak, small buses take 400 naira to University of Ilorin from Tanke. Bigger buses take 300 naira. So compare and contrast. Nothing to compare. So even by the time Tinubu came to power, University of Ilorin was 150, 200 naira. As of today, the minimum is 300 naira. So look at the distance. Rather than improving the situation has been getting worse. Or what do you expect when somebody says fuel subsidy is gone, other subsidies are gone, and claiming to be transferring funds to indigent households and claiming to make loan available to needy students? And you ask yourself, how many needy students can you provide loan in the ocean of indigent students with workers paid less than living wage? So workers' households have become indigent households because the workers are paid less than living wage, and they cannot patronize producers and artisans because they have little money based on high cost of living. So that is this way. So who in his or her right mind will not support Peter Obi's emergence as Nigeria's president? If only because he represents what we call North-South or South-North and zonal justice. And so this video, I have in mind the prediction of Daniel Bwala, a supporter of the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who said that no political party will displace Tinubu in 2027. And when he was asked to explain, he said all the opposition political parties are in disarray. And so Peter Obi, who people are hoping will win the election, will not be on the ballot box because all the opposition political parties are in disarray. And is he telling lies? Those of you who misunderstand him, and you I don't know if you want to curse him or to demonize him, when he's saying the obvious. PDP, Labour Party, the African Democratic Congress, which one is stable? Even the coalition, the organizers of the coalition are creating confusion for the coalition, saying that the presidential ticket is open to North and South, is open to anybody because of democracy. And I say, where do you put justice? Is this the democracy above justice? We are talking of the only zone in the South that is yet to produce Nigeria's president since 1999. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is there now, cares less about justice, but his own aspiration at the expense of Nigeria. Not just at the expense of the Southeast, because he's there for self-aggrandizement. If he were not, he would not declare all subsidies gone and be sinking Nigeria in debt. Worse debt than his predecessors who did not remove all subsidies as he has done. So he's there for self-aggrandizement, like Muhammadu Buhari, who doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister, accounting for nothing as petroleum minister or as Nigeria's president. And Tinubu has put himself in Buhari's shoes. And worse than that, all subsidies are gone. So who is the right thinking person who will not support the presidential aspiration of Peter Obi? If only because Nigeria has been retrogressing rather than advancing under the so-called All Progressives Congress, word of mouth. It is as empty as renewed hope agenda. So all subsidies are gone means renewed hope. Some people have given it a beautiful name, economic reform. It's like talking of end academic allowance that the whole world knows is not end academic allowance, because end academic allowance, workers' allowances are not paid to their unions leaders, but to the workers who earn them. But that's the fraud. End academic allowance that is not end academic allowance. Fuel subsidy where none exists. So this is what we are battling with. Yes, even if Peter Obi said they will remove fuel subsidy, did he say he would do so single-handedly as a dictator like Bola Ahmed Tinubu? But now any politician mentioning fuel subsidy should be stoned to death, because they are killing Nigerians with their fraud, making life miserable for people in an oil producing country, in an oil exporting country. So, but where I'm going is that do not throw away the prediction of Daniel Bwala. Take him serious. And I've said what he said without being in opposition. He stands supporter of Peter Obi's presidential administration, but warning that this so-called African Democratic Congress that is playing confusion around his presidential candidate, like Abubakar Atiku, itching to become Nigeria's president, coming from the north, without minding that somebody from the north has just spent 8 years, and that the south, if he had any sense of justice, but as barren as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who didn't care about zonal justice, the same way Atiku Abubakar does not care about north-south justice. So if somebody lacks sense of justice, he lacks sense of justice. Otherwise, let Atiku demonstrate to us that is better than Peter Obi. Let him demonstrate to us that is better than Peter Obi. Or why must Peter Obi not be there? If it is about marginalizing Peter Obi's southeast, then forget about Nigeria altogether. Let everybody to your tent. It's better than thinking you can marginalize a whole zone and expect peace and progress. It can never happen. War against Boko Haram can never make Nigeria to advance. Herdsmen terrorism will never make Nigeria to advance. Removing subsidies from all basic necessities of life and paying workers pittance will never make Nigeria to work. Marginalizing the southeast or any other zone will never make Nigeria to work. So, Daniel Bwala has said what I've been saying, that ADC is in disarray. No focus, no seriousness. This is our presidential candidate. We are supporting him. Even if we will have a presidential primaries, everybody should be drumming support for Peter Obi. Simple, straightforward. But anybody can become a presidential candidate, whether you come from north or south, whether you are, oh my God. You are hiding behind a needle. I have told you, the African Democratic Congress, if it fails to support Peter Obi's presidential candidacy, forget about it. Is it? Aha, that's it. So, and I've also said to Peter Obi, if it is PDP that is in good standing with Nigeria's National Independent Commission, Nigeria's Independent Electoral Commission, if it is good PDP that is in good standing and says we are offering you our presidential ticket, grab it. Anybody in ADC, in any other political party who believe in justice will come to you. If it is ADC that offers you, I'm appealing to PDP, support him as a party and say we have no other than Peter Obi. But if it is PDP that he has adopted because of the the disorientation of the funding, those who are controlling the ADC, then embrace him. You will see people trooping to your side, because there are many Nigerians who are serious, want positive change, and they don't think that it is injustice of democracy because we are democratic. We want to throw our presidential rampage. Democracy without justice, what does it mean? Exploitation, deception, confusion. That's all. So, finally, Daniel Bwala has lent you a piece of advice. Even if it is inadvertent, he has done it, and you should make him to regret it. And I'm talking to Peter Obi and the Obedient Movement. Now, what is the political party that is in good standing with Independent National Electoral Commission that will give Peter Obi the presidential ticket in 2027? That is what Daniel Bwala has said. Indirectly, inadvertently, but it's a hard fact, hard truth. And truth can be bitter.
The gospel truth is that the youths and some obedience have actually learned the hard way from the last election. We all know that Peter Obi do not have agents in most of the polling units. That is basically why he was easily rigged that election. So if what happened last election should repeat itself, then we are not wise, because they say that when something happens to somebody the first time, the person learns. But the question is that, are we Nigerians ready to take the actions needed? This is the question I will keep on asking, because us Nigerians, we are not even sounding or doing things as people that want to take back our country. Because I don't see the reason why tribalism is still the talk of the town, where people are still doing tribalism. My brother is from my tribe. Because why we not want to vote somebody that you know that will change the country, but because of your own personal interest, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because you know that when people win the election, you might lose your position as a politician. So you all are putting hands together to fight against P2B, because this is a clear reason why INEC judiciary don't want Obi to win that election, because they know that if Obi should win that election, that almost all of them are going to lose their positions. They are aware, and people in Lagos know that they might also lose their businesses in Lagos, so they are aware. This is the reason why I said that Nigeria might or will be difficult to fix again, because everybody is after their own personal interest. They are all after what they will benefit from the Tinubu government. That's why they are all working hand in hand for Tinubu. Mark my words, next election they might still rig it again. Yes, they might still rig it, because everybody right now in Nigeria is so selfish that they are thinking only for themselves and for their family member. That is why somebody will be paid chicken and change to go and carry ballot box. You go and carry ballot box, which you all know that we will still have extra 4 years to suffer if we don't do the right thing. But let me get your views and comments in the comment section. I'll be guys in my next video.